Hello and welcome back, Leo. Thanks for tuning in for your May 2019 Zodiac Wheel readings. I'm Elle, your astrologer, and thanks to you for subscribing. For those of you that have subscribed, for those of you that haven't, please do click on the subscribe button and don't forget to click the bell next to it so that you can receive any of the future updates. As I do have now a pick a pile that I've also uploaded for you to be able to pick one pile and see what messages are there for you. That one's about relationships, and I'm also going to be doing a totem animal pick a card where I will have 3, maybe 4 cards that you can pick one of those cards, and there will be a message and medicine there for you from your spirit animal. So stay tuned for that. Now, my readings are of a general nature for the collective. So if you would like a more personal reading, please go to the information that I've left there for you. You can email me or go to my website and book a reading with me. Now, once I've done the Zodiac Wheel reading, I do a confirmation reading with the animal medicine cards. So do stay tuned for that. This is for Leo Sun sign as well as Leo Rising and Leo Moon. So if you do know what they are, please watch those videos as well, because that will give you a more all-round view of the month ahead for you, Leo. So now I'd like to invite Great Spirit, angels and my guides to join me with this reading for Leos, and I give thanks to any messages that come through this reading for Leo's highest good and for good of all concerned. Oh, excuse me, I'll just grab that card. And I think that's a message. There's been a few that have flipped out, and I think the Divine would like me to actually use this one, and it is the Ace of Wands. So fresh new beginnings, new ideas, and fruit bearing on the trees and growing. So that's your first card. Well, there you go, there's your second card, Leo. I do like when the Divine has its hand. Oh, it's just got messages galore coming for you. Okay, I'll stay focused, and I'll cut the cards now. Okay, Leo. So, as I said, Ace of Wands. The aces represent the beginning and creative power, and it lets us know that all is one and one is all. So, new beginnings, as I said. This is a putting the idea into action. So let me know what that means for you, Leo, in the comments. because it is a area of your life where how you present yourself to the outer world, and it's your persona and how the outer world sees you actually. So they're certainly confident in you. And I do feel with this showing up that you are confident. You've just got so many goals and ideas that you want to achieve that you don't know where to start first. So one thing at a time. Start with what's simple and build from there. That's what I'm hearing from my guides is, simple is always the best way to go. So start with the most simple, one thing at a time. Here in your communication house, Leo, you have the beautiful Wheel of Fortune. That is a wonderful card to have in this area because it is showing that you're wanting to communicate from a very profound form of communication. You're not interested in just little small talk. You want to delve deep. The Wheel of Fortune is connected with fate and karma. So it's all about timing. There's a need here for you to want to get what you need across so that people actually really hear what you're saying. It's all about the timing. So in that regard, look to that time of the month that is the first quarter moon, which is in Leo, and that's the 10th of May. So it's a time of being tuned in with your emotions and relating to being yourself and who you really are. You could be more involved with your children at this time as well. So that's where you're coming from. You're wanting to communicate from your inner being, Leo, of who you really are and what you're trying to have others understand. And in this case, it could well be children, whether it's your children or children that you are involved with. There's some form of trying to clarify yourself with them, and the timing will present itself because that's what the Wheel of Fortune is all about. Now, the area of your life that is governed by your home and family, which is the base of our wheel here in the 4th house, is showing nostalgia and fond memories of the past. Now, it's also representing somebody that was dear to you in the past. There may be some connection or reconnection with them. The 6 of Cups is often about a childhood friend or a connection from your youth that you're either remembering that situation and using the experience from it in your life now, or that person is actually in some way having a profound effect on you at the moment. It's also in reverse for me a card that represents speedy happenings. So keep that in mind as well. As well as that, the 4th house is the house of Cancer and ruled by that Cancer energy, And so that is also a time that I'd like to have you look at as well, because the moon is in Cancer on the 8th of May, and it's also a good time to look within to yourself and your attitudes and your feelings and emotional orientation towards the world around you. And it may become blatantly obvious to you at this time how habits and past conditionings are still controlling your life. So just see what plays out there, because we're going through a time now, Leo, of great transformation with Pluto in Capricorn, which went retrograde on the 24th of April. And that lasts until October the 3rd. So what does that mean? Well, this transit is one where you may experience power struggles. It's a good transit for giving something up, and it's not a time for power tripping, basically. As well as when the past card shows itself up, the timing of looking back and seeing when there was similar energies at play in a similar time and may not have been resolved then, and now you are in a situation where you could handle things differently, therefore resolve it better. That time with this Pluto transit is April to July of 2018. So just see what was playing out for you around that time, and is there any similarities to what's going on in your life now, and what would you do differently this time, because you're being given the opportunity to do it differently this time, and therefore being able to transform on a very profound level. So let me know in the comments. I do love reading the comments, and I read all of them. So then you are being shown here in your area of oh, excuse me, pleasure, children and matters of the heart, and the love that is given. You are it's being influenced here in the 5th house by the Knight of Pentacles. Now that is showing being very practical. So even though you're feeling it, and you're coming from a place of love and emotion, you are going to be practical and use common sense with it. Okay? And that not only will relieve some of the burden from you, it will also assist you financially, if that makes any sense. Again, let me know in the comments. Now here in your area of work and health is the Princess of Swords. So that's a message of clarity that's going to clarify things for you. I do feel that it could be in your working arena, but it also may be a little bit of an epiphany about your health and well-being. But there's definitely a message, whether it's email, telephone, or from person. It is an air sign energy, so see what unfolds in connection to a Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra. That's the energy that is showing up strongly there with that message. Also here in the 7th house of partnerships of all kinds, romantic, business, it is also about marriage and one's equals is the energy connected to the 7th house. You have the 7 of Wands. Now the Seven of Wands is going into action and building resistance, and the seventh energy is also about completion. So you could find that you've completed the project, and you know, if you have to put up your boundaries, which it's showing to me that the children could be involved in that. So maybe as a parent, you need to actually you know, set some new boundaries. Now, and also with that, that is a showing me that there's a fire sign energy connected to that as well, because the wands are of that fire, passionate element. So you could be quite passionate about this. Now here in the 8th house of birth and rebirth, the 8th house is often ruled by Pluto, as well it is traditionally ruled by Pluto. So that Pluto energy again is playing out there. So power struggles could be experienced. And are you holding on to maybe people, or it may be a addiction, or some sort of controlling attitude, whether it's you or someone else, but the Pluto energy wants you to give something up and let go of something. And here with the Five of Swords, begrudgingly he is walking away from what's been holding him back. So that's the energy there influencing that 8th house, which is, you know, also to do with other people's resources and your emotional values, and having to end something so that you can have that new beginning. Because the new beginning is what's being shown here in the 9th house, coming to fruition with the Two of Cups, and that's the union of two people and the love that they share, and being able to set yourself on a new path after, you know, setting your boundaries and letting other people in your life know where they're overstepping the mark, basically. So and that is a very fortunate card as well. Good luck with the Two of Cups. So being in the 9th house, which is traditionally ruled by Jupiter, the effects of the Jupiter in Sagittarius, I feel, are working in your favour, even though Jupiter is retrograde and stays retrograde until the 11th of August 2019. Jupiter's still in its own house, and being retrograde, it's giving you time to take stock and make sure everything is in order before you continue. So the timing of when Jupiter actually goes back over the same degree, because in retrograde it's in a backward motion, so it goes back in its degrees. Well, it's taking you back to a similar situation that was possibly unfolding or taking place in 2007, and it's up to you to decide what situation or idea it's trying to relate to you from the past. And if you could do it again and do it better, what would you do? What would you change? Now is your opportunity, because you may have missed that opportunity back in 2007, from November 2007. You may have missed the opportunity, but it's showing you that you are being presented with an opportunity for a similar situation to do it better this time. Okay, the Death card. Doom. It is not all doom and gloom. Again, Pluto energy, which I feel strongly is accompanied with the Saturn energy as well, because the 10th house is the zenith of our wheel. It's how we deal with the outside world. It's our career. It's also our parent. It's usually the father figure, but it is in the Capricorn house, and for it to be in the Capricorn house, it has got the strongest influences from Saturn in Capricorn, and Saturn went retrograde on the 29th of April, and I'm doing this on the 30th of April. So it is a very profound energy that is coming through with the Pluto and Saturn being retrograde in Capricorn. Now, Capricorn is the lord of karma. Okay, so there is a lot of karma being sorted out with this Capricorn retrograde. So with that, it's saying to you that it is a time where past, present and future are all entwined in the now. The reflection that you would be best doing is to look at how you've managed in your life, where you've been actually coming from. So have you been coming from negative thoughts and behaviour patterns, for instance? And negative thoughts are always seeing what could go wrong, or constantly worrying. That's negative thoughts. So if you've been coming from that place of negative thoughts, then an event will occur to teach you a lesson. If you've been coming from a place of good deeds and pure intent in the past, where you are always looking at things optimistically, for example, then an event will occur to reward you. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of you out of there that have both of those going on. This is just a message to let you know that it is teaching you another lesson. And again, you can look at it from the perspective of, if I knew what I know now, what would I do differently? That's probably the most helpful way to view any difficult situation that may present itself, or emotionally taxing situation, because for some of you this is to do with your children and the parent-child relationship, basically, and where you've got to put up boundaries. That's what I'm being shown here. If it's to do with your workplace and your career, because this is the zenith and the career area of our wheel, the same principle does apply. Because the karma from the Saturn retrograde will relate to how responsible you've been, and you may experience limitations or restrictions, or you may have the fear quality come in. So be sure that you prepare carefully. Avoid taking any shortcuts. A healthy Saturn is a hard-working and dedicated Saturn. So it's about taking responsibility for yourself as well as your family, but it's also knowing where you have to take responsibility. Okay? So That's the 10th house energies that we're dealing with now. Now here in your hopes and wishes you have the 7 of Pentacles. And the 7 is a message of wisdom as well as completion. You know, on the 7th day God rested, sort of thing. So as long as you're not taking any shortcuts and you're preparing carefully over the next few months while all this retrograde is taking place, then you will be able to rest and have a bit of a sense of you know, that task or that job is completed. The Pentacles are also showing here in the house of hopes and wishes and friendship groups that you do need to build a solid foundation to be able to achieve some of those hopes and wishes and make some of those dreams come true. So you do have to work at it, Leo. It's sort of saying through May it may not just fall at your feet, but by being diligent, not cutting any corners, you will see the fruit of your labour and be able to, in a way, share it with others as well. Now in your 12th house you have the Queen of Cups. So that's beautiful energy to have in the 12th house. The Queen of Cups is very at home here in that Pisces area of your chart, which is ruled by Neptune, and the Queen of Cups is a very romantic kind of feeling or attitude to your life. So I feel on an emotional level you're getting a lot of support, and you're getting you're able to not only receive the love, but you're able to share the love as well. And you have quite a number of cups in your reading, so that is also telling me that there is a time of joy being open to you here in May. Okay, now I'll do the confirmation reading, Leo. So I'd just like to ask for Leos for May 2019, what message does the animal medicine cards have for Leos for 2019? Okay, Leo, we have 2 messages, so one at a time. So we have wolf medicine here, and wolf is saying to you, avoid being dependent. So Leo, you will do better without relying on wolf pack group to prop you up. Roaming as a lone wolf ensures your personal interests are kept to the fore and your goals remain clear. Relying on others may have you howling to the moon like a crazed werewolf. Okay, so you can depend on yourself, and sometimes you just have to go it alone. Sometimes the only way to get something done is do it yourself. So interesting message there from wolf medicine. And here we have the lion for Leo the lion. And it is saying avoid being selfish. Roaring like a lion when you don't get your own way is not the way to go. Consider others' needs more instead of stretching out lazily in the afternoon sun, yawning and self-preening, expecting it all on a platter. Pride and vanity are unhelpful, so eat a bit of humble pie. Oh, well, Leo. No Leo likes to hear that. Oh, okay. Well, just, you know, take it on board, and, you know, considering you do have to do it on your own, I suppose you're not going to have much time for all that pampering that you'd like, but you are going to get the pampering nonetheless. So maybe getting these tasks or this situation sorted out, or the transformation that is due for you in your career, for example, you need to be more working on your own to achieve it. But you've got to put up some boundaries, and you will have to deal with children at some level. But I do feel that you're going to get your message across. Those that you need to hear you, and what it is you need them to hear from you, they are going to get the message, Leo. So thank you, Leo. Thank you for those that have subscribed. Let me know how these frequencies are being felt by you in the comments below. I do read all the comments, and let me know what resonates with you. If you'd like to book a reading with me, you can do it through the information I've left in the description box, which is my website and email, as well as you can also get me on Facebook, and I'm also on Twitter and Instagram. So I hope you've enjoyed your reading for May, and do leave me a message in the comments letting me know how this resonates with you. I also have a special on for Mother's Day reading, because Mother's Day is coming up, and I just felt that maybe some of you mums out there might like to have more of a personal reading done, so I've got some specials on for that. And if you haven't already subscribed, as I said, please do. And thank you again, all of you, for being a part of my channel, and for liking and subscribing and sharing my videos. I also have, as I said, the pick a card videos, so don't forget to click on the bell next to the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any of those. And until next time, which will be the June readings, love and light, many blessings to you all. Namaste.